In the MCU, Hawkeye didn't start out as a super cold-blooded killer, like what you would assume Bucky was during his time as the Winter Soldier. But he was a trained assassin, and we saw him become one in Avengers Endgame when he took on the Ronin persona. In the Hawkeye Disney Plus show, we expected to see more of his time as Ronin, and more of how the events of Avengers Infinity War affected him. But after getting his family back, that part of him wasn't really explored anymore. But it almost was. In an interview with BTL News, Hawkeye composers Christoph Beck and Michael Paraskevas talked about their time composing the Disney Plus show and described how it once had a much darker tone. Beck began by sharing that originally he thought Hawkeye would be a film noir type of vibe. I knew very little about it, and I actually thought it would be a film noir type of vibe and that this would be reflected in the score. As time went on, it turned out to be a buddy Christmas comedy. And this also felt like the perfect project to finally bring on Michael Paraskevas as a full contractor and as a partner after 5 years. I pitched that to Marvel, and they were very enthusiastic. Beck then revealed that there was a bit of an evolution for what the sound of the score was going to be. At first it was going to be a darker tone, focused on Hawkeye, his despair around the events of the Avengers, and the dark things that he went through in his past. But the show, the story, and therefore the score, evolved into something more playful, especially between Jeremy Renner and Haley Steinfeld. And the idea that this would be a Christmas in New York sort of thing took off. Whenever there was an opportunity to sprinkle in Christmas magic, we did. Not just in the big set pieces we mentioned, but also incorporating classic Christmas textures into what was a more traditional Marvel superhero type of score. So while Hawkeye definitely wasn't a bad show by any means, it did differ drastically from what it was originally intended to be. We don't know what Marvel Studios had originally planned, or what the show would have been about had they stayed on the darker path and focused on his time as Ronin, or how the blip affected him mentally, but Hawkeye in my opinion was a fine ending for the character's run in the MCU. But let me know what you guys think about all this. I won't ask if you would have preferred a darker story, because even I would have, but what do you think would have happened in the show had they stayed on that path? If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you will never miss another video. Thanks for watching, and remember to wash your hands and stay safe.